Hello, everybody out there, to all my friends, foes, and everybody in between. Yep, today it's another early morning, only like 5:47 in the morning right now as I'm recording. And oh my god, I feel like I had a few things to talk about. For one thing, like that video of me going into Walmart to get my first bra, which by the way, I've gotten another one since, obviously. And all that, like, it got so many negative comments. Somebody compared me to that Buffalo Bill guy from Silence of the Lambs. I never even watched that movie. I had to look it up. It's like some freak. And then someone said I was like on drugs or something, or must be on drugs, or what kind of drugs am I on. And it's just nothing but ignorant comments. And it's like it got so many views, but like a lot of them people didn't see it for what it was. I guess they just saw a 6 foot tall man saying, I'm going into Walmart to buy a bra. But I'm a trans person, and as a trans person, at least in my opinion, because every trans person has different goals, different things that they want to do, different ways that they want to transition. Me, I started transitioning in my early 30s. I started late, and I've been on HRT since March now. I've already covered that in previous videos. As promised, I've covered all my major milestones since I first came out publicly back in early February on YouTube, just to try and help other people in similar situations, or just simply help people understand that trans people are not evil, that we have regular lives and problems like everybody else, and we get discriminated against just for being us. And we're not hurting nobody, we're just being us. But anyway, so I read these things, and I know I'm gonna get hate comments. I know I'm gonna have people rolling their eyes at me. The only thing I could say is, though, like, if you don't like it, don't watch it. Like, I guess it was out of context to people that didn't know my channel or something, because all it was me taping a less than 2 minute long video saying I'm about to go into Walmart and get my first bra ever. Because since being on HRT, I've been getting sore in the nipple area and everything, and like it got to the point where things were starting to get noticeable through my shirt, and even my mom was like, maybe you should get a little something. And it also just feels more comfortable. Like the padding makes the soreness go away and everything. I don't mean to get graphic or anything. I'm trying to actually not get graphic about it. But it's all part of the transition, and I was crossing another milestone. It's like me celebrating the birthday of having boobies, basically. And because like they're real and everything, and like this change is really happening, and I'm really about to go into the store and publicly buy a bra. And oh my god, the lady that helped me there, that worked there, she was such a sweetheart. I couldn't put it into words. I told her I was a trans person. I had no experience with measurements or nothing, and I really don't. I've tried things on as a kid, but it was always other people's stuff. Or I've gotten thrift shop items that didn't end up fitting. So this is my first time really shopping. I went a second time since with my friend Reed. We went shopping at a different Walmart, and I got this purple one that I'm wearing now. He helped me pick it out. He's a trans man and a good friend of mine. We immediately clicked as good friends. Like, we've only hung out a few times and everything, but I would do a favor for that guy any day of the week. And so yeah, last time I went was with him, and he helped me pick things out. And the only problem was I could only afford one, and we wanted to get like five of them. I wanted to get at least one more, so I didn't wear like the same one every time. And I've got a couple other cool things over the weekend. Got a pair of shorts, got a pair of Reebok gym shorts. They're kind of like these, the ones I'm wearing now, but like they have Reebok on the back, and the top part is gray. Like they're like gym or workout short type things. which, that would be good for me and everything. I like wearing stuff like that. And then I have regular jean shorts. It was all brand name stuff that I got while I was working at the flea market. Let's see if I can pull this out for you guys. Yeah. This is the pair of shorts that I had gotten. What's the brand name here? I know it said it on it. R1983 Roebuck. Oh, basically Roebuck and Cup. I'm guessing that's like Sears or something, because I know Sears was owned through Roebuck. And then I got this Spencer skirt that I'm not quite sure will or will not fit. It would be more of a skirt that I wear in private, and a corset that I would probably wear in private or under something. But I got them while I was all at the flea market because I know this person that works there that sells them for dirt cheap. Things that go for over $20 in the store for like 2 for $5 or something. And they're not even worn. They still have tags on them and everything. So yeah, while I was working over the weekend at the flea market, like I ended up doing that too, getting a couple of things on the side. Got all four of them items for I think it was $12 altogether for all four. So if a couple don't fit, I look at it like I still got a pretty good deal. But yeah, I want people to know when you say negative things about trans people, maybe you really just do see the video out of context, but when you insult trans people on their channels, for one thing, we aren't going to care. We're not going to change our ways. We couldn't change our ways if we wanted to. Our brains are scientifically pre-wired to want to be this way, to want to be the other gender. And like you're not gonna change. Like we may look stupid in that awkward in between phase to a lot of people. I know I look stupid at times. I'm a 6 foot tall biological male dressed around as a female all the time nowadays. I know that looks dumb to some people because I'm in that awkward in between phase. Like especially right now, I'm wearing nothing but like lip gloss, a little bit of cover up, and just a little bit of eyeshadow and stuff. But like unless I splatter makeup all over my face, I don't look that girly at all, in my opinion. I don't look as bad as a lot of people I've seen, but I feel like since I'm still in that awkward stage in my transition, I'm still starting out compared to most people. Like, you know, don't make my just do me a favor. You don't like my channel, you don't like trans people, then don't be on it. Don't have nothing to do with it. No one's forcing you to watch. You're only giving me views anyway. And you're only making yourself look like a bigot because other people out there do. There are a lot of good people in this world. A lot of people have had my back. People that I do and don't know. Everyone that I know in my direct life has had my back. If I wasn't a good person, they wouldn't all be stand behind me like this. And I've met a lot of friends since coming out, just because I came out. I've had a lot of people tell me how brave I am and stuff for coming out. And I don't feel exactly brave, but I feel relieved that it went as good as it did. If some strangers are going to roll their eyes at me and make some stupid comments that, don't even make much sense, then it's not going to change me. Like, what's their ultimate goal? Just to troll people? I mean, that could be the only thing I could imagine coming of it. Like, otherwise, I don't know. I just look at it like, um, I don't know. How can you say it? Like, I'm trying to think of a way to say it without sounding too ignorant. Like, they could just go somewhere where people actually want to hear their opinions. Because if you go on a trans person's channel that's about trans life and about the awareness of what a regular person's trans life is like and the changes they go through and the things that they do on the regular, if you don't want to see that stuff and you're going to talk against it on their channel, a lot of people are going to disagree with you because a lot of people subscribe because they're in that community or they're an ally of that community. I have talked to so many sweet people that are allies and stuff, and there's so many kind souls. Like I underestimated the world for how many people really are accepting. I'd say for every one bad response I get at least 20 good ones. And this is just strangers. And it's only strangers hating me anyway, because they don't take the time to know me. They don't take the freaking time. Like, I do everything I'm supposed to do in life. I don't put myself before anybody. I don't put my gender before anybody. I'm still there for my kids. I still do everything I can do. I still take care of health problems that I have to get taken care of. I might even need surgery on my chest again. I don't know yet. I'll find out in June. Like, I mean, I do everything I can as an adult to live responsibly. I got over my problems with addiction and everything. Like when I was an alcoholic, when I was addicted to painkillers, things like that. Like when I even got into harder stuff for a short time a few years back. But it's been years since I've lived that lifestyle, and I got rid of that too. I became a responsible, caring person who would always put others before themselves. And for anybody to say a negative word about me just because of how I dress, how I look, or what I'm into going into a store to go shop for, and why I'm doing it, whatever. If they're gonna get on me for that, they can go screw themselves. Go on our channel. I'd rather go without their freaking view because I got better stuff to do than feed into negativity. And other than this mention, I will not feed into negativity. But I want to see a lot of views for positive reasons, not negative reasons. Not just to make fun of something that is taken out of context by a couple of people with their goofy, funny comments that are actually kind of funny. The comparisons, but like, it's not funny to us that get offended and get discriminated against every day of our lives. We don't, contrary to popular belief, we don't choose to be this way. We're pre wired mentally to be this way. And our soul makes us be, change our identity because our soul does not match our body. Our brain does not match our body, if that makes sense. I'm even a religious person. I believe in God, but I just don't believe God sends transsexual or gay people to hell. I believe we have a much more forgiving God than that. I think the man has twisted the Bible around a little bit to make it sound a little bit more strict than it really is. Because some of these things that they talk about weren't even around in biblical times. We weren't even dealing with transsexuals back then. Just like those preachers that say God hates rock and roll. There's Christian rock. And not to mention, rock and roll didn't exist back then in biblical times. How would you know either way? No one 100% knows what God does and doesn't want from us. All you could do is try and be the best, loving, and caring person, an unselfish person you could be in life, and hope for the best afterwards. That's the way I see it. Because none of us knows 100%. Otherwise, there wouldn't be thousands of religions, and even some of the same religions have different beliefs on how certain things are supposed to go. So obviously, like, man is interfering with the real message from God. Like, I don't know, that's just my personal opinion though. None of us 100% know what the real story is. Either way, I would hope that I won't get smited just for a way that I can't help being. I prayed to not feel this way for years. I cried many nights praying to not have these urges until fighting it became harder than embracing it. And I was willing to risk losing everybody and everyone just to be honest and die honest, with myself and with everyone else. Fortunately, it went good for me because people know what kind of person I am at my age. I'm in my 30s. I came out later than the majority of people would. So people already knew me as a person. It's a change for them, of course. A lot of people still call me he, him, the ones that have known me for 30 something years. I'm not going to expect it to change just that quick. Prefer to just get called Jay, like the letter J. Because some people used to say that anyway, and it's not far from Jade or Jason. If they want to make it really easy on themselves. My mom's once in a while it's hit or miss with her. Like sometimes she still forgets, but she's been working on it. Cause it's been a good few months now since I've came out to even my closest family members and out in public, everything. And people are trying to work with me. They want to, but I know how old habits die hard. And as long as people don't mean something brutally, I'm willing to answer any questions that are asked of me, even if they're awkward. And I'm willing to let them make them mistakes without chewing them out for it because I know that they didn't mean to make them mistakes. Like, if someone's brutally saying, oh, you're a he, she, or something like that, that's a different story. Then they can go to hell. You know, like, then I'll probably catch an attitude with them or something. I don't know. It's hard for me not to catch an attitude with people nowadays. But, like, I try and just let it fly off my shoulders and just ignore it because I'm used to confronting people, but I can't confront every single person that rolls their eyes at me, and I get plenty of them. I just remind myself they're nothing but strangers to me. Everyone that means something has my back, and I know they have my back. So I'm more than good. I'm already made my decision what I'm doing. My family's behind me. My closest friends are all behind me. I've met a lot of new friends. I cherish every kind comment I get on every like was every video or post I make. Like I always try and respond to the best of my ability, and I usually end up writing a book. But yeah, like I try and appreciate the good instead of dwelling on the bad. So after this, y'all ain't getting mentioned again in my videos. I'm just saying, quit blowing my videos up with all the negativity. Just take that somewhere else. This is not a channel meant for negativity. Like, if you don't like trans people, go to an anti trans channel. I'm sure there's plenty of them that exist out there. Like, this is to educate people or to help people in similar situations. Or just for people bored that want to watch somebody whose life is probably even more boring than theirs. I don't know. Whatever reason people got to watch my channel, all are welcome as long as they have positive vibes to them. But other than that, nothing in my life has much changed. The boys left yesterday. So it's just me at the house alone today. I'm probably gonna hit the coin shop, go rebuy some coins that I sold at the flea market. You know, buy low, sell high, business 101. I'll buy something for say like $2 and sell it for 5, that kind of thing. Sometimes even better deals than that. I mean, I've come across kind of a few good ones. It's just you have to be willing to, you have to know what you're doing, definitely, and you have to be willing to take the time to fish out the good dates and stuff that are gonna sell. And then plus, I case up my own coins and label them myself, because I've been selling and studying them over a decade now. I've been definitely studying them for 15 plus years. So I don't know. It's just a passion of mine. I love any historical stuff. As you can see around my room, or just collectible stuff. And that's not even the stuff I sell. That's just stuff that I have hanging around. But yeah, it's another beautiful day out today. It looks like it's gonna be a sunny day. It was definitely hot this whole weekend out here. I'll tell you that much. Oh my god, when I worked Saturday, it was in the 90s. And then again yesterday, it was in like the 80s and I think 90s too. Like, that's New Jersey weather forecast for you. South Jersey, at least. Because New North Jersey, South Jersey can have two completely different weathers. Depends. But I definitely do wish everybody well. I just had to address that issue because like I couldn't believe that the most views I got on a video in so long was just had such negative comments underneath them, and I was wondering if that was the only reason it got views, just to be made a joke of. Because a person's lifestyle is never something to make a joke of. I'm not out there hurting anybody. I'm not out there hurting myself. I'm just living who I am. It's just like a gay or lesbian person, whatever. It's just their lifestyle, you know? And it's never good to waste your time making fun of someone's lifestyle just because they might look stupid in your eyes. Yeah, I realize at times I look stupid, almost humorously stupid, because I look like a guy in drag, but I'm getting there, okay? I'm doing my best. Hey, I've been single this whole time. I'm not I'm only looking for someone who's looking for commitment. You know, I'm still mainly into girls or just trans people. Like, that's my primary interest. Like, even though I'm basically pansexual, but I'm basically about personality. Like, I mainly would prefer a girl or another trans person. But I've been single for like a year or some now. I haven't even kissed somebody in like a year. And I'm not worried about them things. I'm working on myself for once. I'm trying to better myself. I bettered myself in a whole bunch of other ways by cleaning my life up. And I'm a good parent and everything else. This the only stone that I had left unturned was coming out and saying that this was what I wanted to do. Now I want to be one of them people that's 60 years old and they're old and gray past all their prime and don't even have a body anymore before I come out and finally say it. I want to still be able to dress decent and stuff. You know, I still have a somewhat decent body for being 34, and I don't want to waste that time. I've wasted enough time and it's tortured me. It's even made me suicidal. That's why I said it's never something to take as a joke. I realize most people mean things just to be funny or whatever, or just because they don't agree with that lifestyle. But some people out there take it more painfully than others. I've actually tried to kill myself in the past before my personally, and I had to have 8 stitches on my wrist because of it. This was a while back, but when I was holding things in so much, and you can cause someone out there to become suicidal because you might say that one thing that puts them over the edge. It's a very delicate subject. Trans people and other people from the LGBTQ community get discriminated against a lot. Don't contribute to it unless they give you a reason to. Don't contribute to it. I'm just asking, you know, not for myself, but for those out there who've been through more than me and who have less will left to them than me to live, and who are at the end of their rope. I mean, I know I wouldn't want to be the one to say the one thing that puts them over the edge, and you just never know with people in this day and age. I mean, I guess that ends that subject. All I could do is request better vibes. It's up to you whether you want to listen. You're entitled to your opinion. Like I said, but I would prefer you take it to someone else's channel. Maybe someone that would agree with you more. And I'm sure plenty of people will. It's a very divided issue in this country. Just a lot of trans people believe in abortion. I personally don't. I don't, like, I personally prefer not to talk about the subject because I don't believe in it personally. And, I don't support it. Even though it's for some reason, they seem intertwined. Like, a lot of trans people support it. Probably because they get their HRT through Planned Parenthood and stuff, some of them. But me personally, I'm away from the stereotype on that one. I do not support abortion in any way, shape, or form. I'm against it. But will I judge a person who's had one? No. I do not judge people for their life decisions. And I also believe that anybody is possible to change their ways too. I'm not telling them to change their ways, but I'm saying, but people can change their views over time. People can regret their decisions. And I wouldn't want to make someone regret their life decisions more than they already do. So I never push my own personal beliefs on people. I'm just saying that I don't fit the stereotype in every way, shape, and form. There's no book on being trans. This is just who I am. I want to become a woman. I feel like a woman. I'm into womanly things much more than men things. Unless you count kickboxing, all the years I did that, and doing business type stuff. Other than that, I don't do anything manly at all, really. Like, I play video games with my sons and wrestle around with them and stuff. That's about it. But even a woman would do them things. So, I'm just not a manly person. That's not who I am. Even when I tried to be, people still thought I was feminine. So, there was no hiding it. Like, I'm trying to transition. If I can fully transition somehow, if by some miracle I get the money to get laser work done on my face, my chest, and everything else, and get surgeries done, that would be such a blessing. Like, now I pray every day that someday I'll be able to afford that because I do live very poor. All my money goes to like my kids or just basic needs. I don't even have a real bed. So it may be a long wait, but I'm too proud to make like a GoFundMe or something like that for like laser work or something. I'm not the type to do that either. Like, I'm not the type to ask for handouts. But at the same time, like, I do pray for a miracle to happen. Like, maybe one day I'll come across somebody they'll offer me a pro bono on laser work or something. I've even read about home kits you can get on electrolysis and everything. Because I would need electrolysis with my dark hair. Definitely. Like, I got some pretty. I'm a pretty hairy person. Being Italian, it's guaranteed. I'm a hairy person. More so than I need to be. It takes me every day to shave and keep up with this. Every day. All, just everything. So fed up with it. But yeah, like, I just keep hoping for a miracle. I believe in miracles. I've seen miracles happen for people before. It's nothing crazy to hope for, but I never give up on hope. And who knows, maybe one day I'll get lucky with money and have better income myself, and you know I'll be able to do it through that. But I'm still like so far off with my like current situation. I feel like I am so far off. I at least want to get laser surgery done so bad. Like, I want to get that started like immediately, and I want to at least get there. That'll be my next milestone that y'all will see me making a video about after I get my laser surgery started. But I want to get, like, I'm looking for a therapist because my doctor's already gonna be my first person to write a letter, and I'm looking for a therapist to be my second person to write a letter for me to get the legal letters I need for surgery down the line too. Like, that's far off down the line. That's at least a couple years down the line, I can imagine. But I'm trying to do everything by the book. I've read into all kinds of things. Because, like, I mean, I definitely want to go all the way with this. It's who I feel I'm meant to be. Even my family and everybody loves me for being who I am now. They know I still have the same heart and soul I've always had. We still have the same good times we've always had. I'm just dressed differently. That's it. But, I mean, that's what being trans is about, and people need to realize that. We're the same person that we've always been. We're just as good as any other person. We just dress different than the average. We're not out there saying that we're a freaking dog or something. And I know that people have compared it to that. I do believe that you shouldn't let your kid do it too early, like at like 5 years old. But then again, I was dressing in female clothes at 5 years old. My parents stopped me from doing it, which made me fear coming out to them later, which led to my depression. So it could work for or against you. But I think you should at least wait until your child starts puberty, like 13 to 15, before starting them on HRT. Like, that'd be about the right time. You shouldn't wait too late either, because then you'll have the problems I have where it'll take extra for it to develop because you're already developed fully. But I mean, everyone's got their own beliefs, but I believe about what's safest for the person to do in their transition, because trust me, like, I believe that most of these people have their mind made up. Some people have been through experiences to where it's made them confused about themselves, but the majority of us, We have our mind made up. I actually heard it in an episode of Law and Order SVU one time. The guy said, I mean, the girl said to the guy, when he asked why would a guy wear a dress, she was like, "You were a teenager one time, right? If you were 14, would you wear a dress out in public unless it came from a very real place in your heart?" That's how it is with us. Why would we dress like fools in public? Why would we make ourselves into a discriminated minority on purpose unless it was coming from a very, very real place? Like, I mean, it just wouldn't make sense in any way, shape, or form otherwise. Like, so that's something to think about too. That, like, we have to be pretty damn sure and had to have thought about pretty damn hard for a pretty long time to come out publicly and want to be this way and be willing to go through that awkward in between stage that I'm currently in, for example, right now. So, think of it that way. And either way, we're not hurting anybody else doing it. You don't like a trans person, don't date one, don't hang with one. We ain't gonna be offended by that. But don't make our lives any harder than they already are. That's all I ask. But for now, this video is over half an hour long. I don't know. I just felt like I not only address certain crowds, I address the haters too. I address the friends, the foes, people that just don't understand. I try and make people understand how both sides of the fence are. Because I being in the closet about this for so many years, I heard a lot of what was said about trans people when they would leave the room and how people really think. So I know how it is. And I know that, like, this is just how people are raised. You know, that they're raised to believe that this is wrong and whatever. But there's other ways to go by it. There's better ways to go by it. That's all I'm saying. But for now, everybody, this video is already super long. Hope you enjoyed watching. Hope it actually sent a positive message out to everybody. For now, I'm gonna probably finish putting everything on and get ready for my day. Go get some coins, and I don't know, go from there, because I really don't have any plans for my day. It's barely after 6 o'clock in the morning. So, but for now, everybody, as usual, be safe and peace out.